shout out, South Street, and shout classic. I know you really wanna be
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Steelers set to go on offense, and it is the big man, Big Ben, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead them.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all of 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions, but he turned 38 back in March, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Ben Roethlisberger is sacked.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round, ended up going in the second, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Denver.
They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. That'll be caught by the rookie, K.J. Hamler. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Lock going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's a gain of 6. And the Broncos first down.
Throwing on first down is Lock. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Lock. Forced out to him. Now Lock, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Touchdown, Denver.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. from the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Good catch there by Eric Ebron, and the Steelers are hoping that they see the 2018 version of this young man. 66 catch, 750 yards, and 13 touchdowns. And that was good enough for second in the league with the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers like to throw to the tight end. They hope Ebron is the guy.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Steelers nothing.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out...
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger with a touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. And the Steelers have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards on the ground.
First down.
Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution on the handoff? Most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well. Otherwise, it's a fumble.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or 2 short.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field. In the offseason, Melvin Gordon made the move over from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Denver Broncos. He stayed in the AFC West, and now he has a mission to get back to being mentioned as one of the top backs in the league. With a young quarterback, Drew Lock, there, expect him to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield and use his ability in open space to make people miss.
Brings up
one man in the backfield. That's Gordon, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Melvin Gordon
taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Brandon McManus.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25.
Back out here comes Pittsburgh's offense, and they're fresh off a Week 5 win against their in-state rival Philadelphia, 38-29. It's the 6th time that they've played since the turn of the century, and they're even now. Each team has won 3 games since then, but Charles really, and he's got daylight. It's a foot race, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 75 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Made at the 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious from both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
And it brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Philip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
2nd and 6.
From the 31, Roethlisberger firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Boswell for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Spencer on the return. The Broncos.
The Steelers defense getting ready here. And for their efforts so far, they deserve a little defensive montage here.
I like that. I like how you recognize what they're doing out there and how much fun they're having, because that's indeed what's going on. Beating them to the punch just about every snap now, swarming, swooping, taking the ball away. This is a lot of fun to watch.
Opportunistic, right?
Very much so.
Lock now on 1st down. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
1st down.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. He's got the tight end, Vanette. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Gordon. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
Shy of midfield.
As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Locke going to throw. There he goes inside the 30. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2, that was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
A final shot before half for Locke. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. A final shot before break. Locke toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a very good first half out of the veteran QB, Ben Roethlisberger. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Block now to throw. This is the tight end Fant. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 6.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Sam Martin.
So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them. Injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina. They've all missed significant time, so it's been a tough year for injuries. Some teams are playing around them better than others, and we'll see how it goes the rest of the year, but we wish all these guys who are hurt a speedy recovery.
At the 47-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Steeler. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Smith-Schuster.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Connor, the ball carrier.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
First and 10 at the 27-yard
Good
line.
catch by Deontay Johnson, and he really helped fill a void during his rookie season when he had 59 catches that led the team, and he was first among all rookie receivers last season as well. Not bad for the 10th wide receiver selected in the 2019 draft. Really good play. Expects to continue to get better in this Pittsburgh offense.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll toss this out right for Connor and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Carrier.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it, because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Deontay Spencer on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well,
they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Lock now on 1st down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
Complete to Jerry.
Nice catch there by the rookie out of Alabama, Jerry Judy, and I am fired up to see the chemistry develop between he and Drew Lock, their quarterback, and in addition, Cortland Sutton, their Pro Bowl wide receiver from last year. This might be the best pair of receivers the Broncos have had since Demaryius Bebe Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. This should be fun for Bronco fans to watch.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and goal. Lock. And this is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Lock. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one. But, you know, when you're 2 for 2, You can lock it for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 16, Roethlisberger to the right side to Eric Ebron. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On 2nd down, Samuels. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Number 38, Jalen Samuels.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To Eric Ebron.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Right back to Connor here on 1st. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Simmons on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. They run the counter. It's Connor, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Connor, the ball.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, it's Connor, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Boswell's kick is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know, you just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh